Hey guys, this is Chris Brigandy from Brigandy Coins and Collectibles here in New York City. Welcome to another edition of Brigandy TV. Today we have a really awesome, unique 1963 New York Yankees team signed photo. What makes this really extraordinary, not only did all 36 members of the team, including the staff and the trainers and the coaches, sign it here, but it's an oversized photo. Now, oversized photos like these weren't given out to the general public or sold or anything. These went straight to players and maybe some high-level staff and signed this way. So this one actually comes out of the Hector Lopez estate. Hector Lopez up here in the top left. This was his. He kept it in great condition. As you can see, all the signatures here are basically near mint condition. It's PSA graded 8 as well, to confirm that. So you have 36 signatures here of the 1963 New York Yankees. Of course, led by Mickey Mantle down here. A really dark, bold signature from the Mick. And then his counterpart, Roger Maris, over here on the left side. Obviously, 2 years prior, Maris and Mantle were on the home run chase, and Maris hit 61 in 1961, and Mantle just shy with 54 home runs in 1961. So this is the epitome of New York Yankees 1950s/1960s baseball. So many World Series championships and so many American League championships. Also, you have Whitey Ford down here on the bottom left, another really dark and bold signature. Of course, you have Yogi Berra over here on the 2 seats away from Mantle there. Of course, catcher, but he was sharing time by this point with, of course, Elston Howard. So this is a great photo, really large in size, which is terrific. And another unique thing about this, on the back side of this, we just got it framed up this way, but on the back side, it's stamped Ballantine and Sons. So if that name rings a bell, it's because Ballantine Beer was the official sponsor of the New York Yankees. So Yankees announcer Mel Allen, anytime someone hit a home run, his famous slogan was, "That's a Ballantine blast." So why would they put their name on the back? Because these were advertising pieces. So in the 1960s, you saw tons of advertising in magazines or billboards or on anything, in liquor stores, and they would use the team photos like this, and then just below, then they would have Ballantine beer and ale and a little information about their company and the beer they sell. So that's why it has a stamp on the back, which helps provide how original it is. So not only can you tell the originality by just the look of it, and it's actually in great condition for the time. You obviously notice some splitting up here, not terrible for the age, but again, you're not going to find these things in pristine, perfect condition. This is basically as good as it gets. So you have a few little creases or something small there, but again, this is it's you can't find them perfect all the time. So yeah, 1963 New York Yankees. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. I'm sorry. So the Mickey Mantle. So another way you can tell it's vintage is the signatures differ. So the Mickey Mantle, you'll notice those M's, right? The famous Mickey Mantle M's. So if you pan over here to another Mickey Mantle photo we have, try to remember what you just saw with that Mickey Mantle. You see how large and how big these M's are? Now, maybe to the untrained eyes, or if it's the first time looking at a Mickey Mantle signature, you would say they look similar. But that is an 80s/90s signature. So when Mickey was doing all the shows and signing piles of balls and photos for everybody, this is what his signature looked like. Panning back here, this is a classic mid-60s, 63 to be exact. So that provides more originality, because you wouldn't want this same photo signed in the 1980s or 90s by these guys. Of course, you wouldn't have Roger Maris by then because he passed in the early 80s. But you can tell, that's another way to tell the originality. I'd also like to show you another Mickey Mantle signature here on these baseballs. So here, this is 1964. Okay, so this is 1 year after the photo I just showed you. Basically, those M's are nearly identical to the ones you just saw. Same style. He started opening up the M's on the left there by the 60s. Now I want to show you a 50. This is a 55 All-Star ball. Now this is completely different. Look at, he's a second signature on here. Look at especially the second M here, because it's nice and clean. That doesn't look anything like the last two signatures you just saw. So signatures change throughout people's time. So Mantle there, early 50s or mid 50s. You know, he's probably mid 20s by the 60s, and he's in his mid 30s. And then by the 80s and 90s, when he's signing all the time, you know, he's retired and a lot older. So that's just a quick way to tell. But obviously, you could just tell by how original the photo is. But the style of the signatures, you can say the signatures were done at that time. When you collect anything, and I always say this in all of our videos, you always want to collect autographs from the period, and they're always way more desirable than something signed in someone's retirement, especially if their retirement was post-1980s, because that's really when sports memorabilia became commercialized, and you know, they sat down Mickey Mantle at a table to sign 1,000 autographs you know, every week or whatever it was. So awesome item. I just want to show you, it just came in the store. These are the type of items we love collecting here. A lot different than your typical regular 8x10 photo, 16x20 photo of these guys signed in the 80s, 90s, which you see all over the internet and stuff. This is a special item. You don't get to see a lot of these, especially in person like this. So if you're in New York City, come on down, take a look. And if you're not even into something like this, we have tons of unique items signed from the period, not just baseball related, but different sports. Like if you pan over here real quick, we have a Boston Celtics championship team, 1959-60. You know, you got everybody here, and you got Bill Russell, Red Auerbach. I think you got 5 Hall of Famers there between, let's see here, Sam Jones, Bob Cousy, Red Auerbach, as I said, Bill Russell, but you got everybody there. Really cool item. So again, we have all different types of stuff, not just Yankee stuff. So thank you again for tuning in. We'll see you next time on Briganti TV.